Hi, this is Marty from Blue Lightning TV. This is part 2 of a tutorial showing how to design and create your own custom emblem logo on a powerful star flare background. Picking up from where we left off, make the top layer active and click the FX icon. Click Bevel Emboss. All the effects in our emblem will be created exclusively with layer styles. The style is Inner Bevel, the technique Chisel Soft, and the depth 230%. The direction is up, and the size is 20 pixels. Uncheck Global Light, make the angle 110 degrees, and the altitude 45 degrees. Make the highlight opacity 100% and the shadow opacity 60%. Click Contour. Open the flyout menu and click the gear icon. If Small List isn't already checked, just click on it. Click Steep Slope Jagged. Click Inner Glow. Make the blend mode dissolve and the opacity 100%. Click the color box and pick a color for the texture inside your text. You can always change it later if you want. I already know the color I want, so I'll type it in. A98546. Click OK and make the size 70 pixels. Click Pattern Overlay. Open the pattern picker and click the gear icon to open your pattern presets. Feel free to experiment with them. For this example, I'll choose Legacy Patterns. When this message pops up, click OK to replace the current patterns with the patterns you just clicked. In this case, the current patterns didn't change because I already clicked this preset before I started recording. I'll click Gray Granite. Click Gradient Overlay. Change the blend mode to Linear Burn and click the gradient bar to open the Gradient Editor. Click the lower left stop and the color box. Pick a color you like. I'll type in 00CCFF. Click OK. Click the lower right stop and the color box. I'll type in CFB7FF. Click OK on both the color picker and the gradient editor. I think I like the gradient reversed, so I'll check Reverse. Click Outer Glow. Change the blend mode to Color Dodge and reduce the opacity to 20%. Make the spread 20% and the size 80 pixels. Open Contour, scroll up a bit and click Ring. Click Stroke. I'll make the size 18 pixels and make sure the position is outside. Then, click OK. To raise or lower the text, press the up or down arrow on your keyboard. We want to copy the effects to the top line. To do this, go to the FX icon and press and hold Alt or Option as you drag a copy of the effects onto your other text layer. I'd like to remove the black stroke surrounding the top text. To do this, I'll simply hide this effect in that particular layer. Next, we'll copy the effects onto the triangular frame. Scroll down to the frame and again press and hold Alt or Option as you drag a copy of the effects onto the frame layer. To add the black stroke around the frame, just scroll down and reveal back the eyeball icon in the triangle shape layer to make the stroke visible. Next, we'll fill the inside of the frame with black. Control-click or Command-click on the new layer icon to make a new layer below the active layer. Open your pen tool and click on the middle of the top left corner of the frame. Release your cursor and click on the middle of the top right corner of the frame. Release and click on the middle of the bottom of the frame. Release and go to the first anchor point. When you see a small circle outline, click to close the path. Right-click directly on the path and click Make Selection. Make the feather radius 0 pixels and click OK. Press Ctrl or Command plus Delete to fill it with the background color, which is black. To deselect it, press Ctrl or Command D. If you have any small areas of the frame that you'd like to hide with black, scroll to the top of the Layers panel. Make the top layer active and click the new layer icon to make a new layer above it. Open your pencil tool and pencil picker. We'll take care of the pencil size in a moment. Make sure the hardness and opacity are both 100%. Then press Enter or Return. We want to make the foreground color black. To do this, click the curved double arrow or press X on your keyboard to invert the foreground and background colors. To make your pencil larger or smaller, press the right or left bracket key on your keyboard. Now brush over those areas. Next, we'll add outer and inner glows to the emblem. To do this, we first need to convert our emblem into a smart object so we can add the glows on top of the already existing effects. Scroll to the bottom of the Layers panel and Shift-click on the black-shaped layer to highlight all the layers that comprise the emblem. Click the top right icon in the Layers panel and click Convert to Smart Object. Click the FX icon and click Outer Glow. Change the blend mode to Overlay and slide the size all the way to the right. Click Inner Glow and change the blend mode to Normal. Click the color box and go just outside your emblem. Click to pick up its color. We'll brighten the color by clicking at the top of the color field. Then click OK. Make the choke 15% and the size 20 pixels. Then click OK. Lastly, we'll brighten our emblem. Click the Adjustment Layer icon and click Levels. In order to restrict the Levels adjustment layer to affect just the emblem and not the background, click the Clipping Mask icon. This clips the adjustment layer to just the one layer beneath it in the Layers panel. Drag the slider for the white input level to the left to brighten the emblem. This is Marty from Blue Lightning TV. Thanks for watching.